Hi everyone, my name's Comfy Catboy, and I'm about to read every Nintendo 64 game. Here we go. um, so we're gonna start off with 1080 Snowboarding that came out in 1998. 64 Ozumo, 64 Ozumo 2. What? They came out the same day in Japan? What? We're off to a wild start. 64 Trump Collection. Uh-oh. Alice no Waku Waku Trump World. Uh-oh. I don't want to go to Trump World. Are you kidding? Immediately. I don't want politics in my video game. We got A Bug's Life. Aero Fighters Assault. Aero Gauge. AI Shogi 3? Probably not Al Shogi. So my name's Al Shogi 3. A lot of these don't have covers. We got the Aiden Chronicles, The First Mage, Air Border 64, All Star Tennis 99, around the year 1999 and 2000. They wanted to name every game 99 or 2000. All Star Baseball 2000, All Star Baseball 2001, All Star Baseball 99, Armorines, Project Swarm. That's the day after my birthday. Army Men Air Combat. Army Men Sarge's Heroes. There was a real push to make Army Men like its own brand. Army Men Sarge's Heroes 2, and I guess it sort of worked. Asteroids Hyper 64. Automobili Lamborghini. That's so silly. Ooh, baby, a tall 64 game. Bakuretsu Muteki Bangayo in 99. Bakuko Jinsei 64. Mizase Resort O. Banjo-Kazooie, very well beloved. And Banjo-Tooie, sort of less loved, but liked. Bass Hunter 64. Bass Masters 2000. Bash Rush Eco Gear Power Worm Championship. Boo, 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 boo. You gotta be the fish champion. Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker. I didn't know that there was a Batman Beyond video game. That's crazy. Battle Tanks, Global Assault. People really liked this game, I think. Battle Zone, Rise of the Black Dogs. Beetle Racing Adventure. The cars, not the bugs. Don't get too exciting. Wow. This isn't my first recording of the day. I'm already losing my ability to say words. I don't even think I read this right. Beetle Adventure Racing. I think I said something else. Big Mountain 2000. Now, there is no cover available, so I'm just going to assume that you get to play the game as a big mountain 2,000 times. We have Bio Freaks. Blast Core. This was a fun, weird game. There was a lot of weird little games on the Nintendo 64, such as Blues Brothers 2000. You know, like a movie from the 80s that children probably don't care about. Let's make a movie about that, or let's make a game about that. I mean, Body Harvest. Whoa, that looks serious. We have Bomberman 64 from 97, and then we have Bomberman 64 2001 that came out in 2001. Bomberman 64, The Second Attack. It's certainly okay. So 64 came out, then they had a sequel, and then they couldn't be bothered to rename the third game, so they just named it the same as the first game, huh? I'm on to you, Hudson. Or maybe that's okay. Hudson was part of all three, but then it was Nintendo, and then Rakjin and Vatical Entertainment, and then Bomberman Hero to screw things up by only Hudson in 1998. Bottom of the ninth, probably a baseball. Brunswick Circuit Pro Bowling. Buck Bumble. Bust-A-Move 99. I love Bust-A-Move so much. Not to be confused with Bust-A-Groove, which might show up on here. Bust-A-Move 2 Arcade Edition. California Speed. This was like a racing game that was really popular. Carmageddon 64. This is the drinking game. Don't drink, please drink responsibly. But every time there's a 64, you gotta you gotta drink. Castlevania. it's not a remake. It's a new game, but it's doesn't have a subtitle. Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. 1 year later, less than a year later. Wow. That's not very much time to make a video game. Center Court Tennis. Chameleon Twist. Chameleon Twist 2. Charlie Blast's territory. Don't get in that territory. You'll get Charlie blasted. Chokukan Knight Pro Yaku King. Okay. And then its sequel, Chokukan Knight Pro Yaku King 2. Okay. Chopper Attack. A helicopter game, probably. Choro. Oh my goodness. Choro Q64 2. Hachimecha Grand Prix Race. Where was the first game? That's crazy. Who knows when this game came out? It doesn't tell me. Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut. I think this was a Super Nintendo game that they made a new version of. Clay Fighter 63 1/3 because they were just being so funny. No, wait a minute. No. Wait, these came out at the same day? Very interesting. Why would you do that? That's nuts. Command and Conquer, a port of a PC game. That's a fun one. Real campy. Conker's Bad Fur Day. This was the rude, crude game. This was embodying everything rude and crude about the 90s. But in March of 2001, we've got Cruisin' Exotica, Cruisin' USA, Cruisin' World, the three Cruisins, the trilogy for the 64. God, 96. The 64 was really, I think it came out in 95. Maybe, I think. Custom Robo V2, Cyber Tiger, Daikatana. People really like this game. I don't know anything about it, but I know that this was popular. Dance Dance Revolution, Disney Dancing Museum, Dark Rift. I think this game was popular too. What is this? Densha de Go 64. Okay. Is that a train game? Derby Stallion 64, Destruction Derby 64, Dezemon 3D, Diddy Kong Racing. This was real hot for a lot of people. Dinosaur Planet, Disney's Tarzan 99. Ooh, there's KK Slider. What is this? There wasn't an Animal Crossing game for the Nintendo. Was there? I thought the first Animal Crossing was for the GameCube. Am I wrong? Am I crazy? This game is called Dobutsu no Mori, but I see a little KK Slider on there, so I don't know what that means exactly. Please, if you know, I'm always joking about tell me in the comments, but tell me in the comments if you know what's going on here, because that's crazy to me. I don't know when the GameCube came out, so maybe it was like a side-by-side thing, but then we have Donald Duck going quackers. Donkey Kong 64. This was a real love it or hate it thing. I think you needed the memory thing to play this game, so I don't know how well it sold. Doom 64. Just got to put Doom on every console. Doraemon 2, Nobita to Hikari no Shinden. Doraemon 3, Nobita no Machi SOS. Doraemon the first, I guess. Nobita to Mitsu no Seirei Seki. Dr. Mario 64. He got 64 doctorates. Good job, Mario. Proud of you. Dual Heroes Duck Dodgers starring Daffy Duck. Because he's just playing a character. Daffy Duck is not Duck Dodgers. I guess. We got Duke Nukem 64. Duke Nukem 0 Hour. These are when the Duke Nukem games were coming out regularly and not 15 years in between. Earthworm Jim 3D, ECW Hardcore Revolution, Ico no St. Andrews. I know Ico no St. Andrews. I don't think that joke is very good. We're moving on. Elmo's Letter Adventure, Elmo's Number Journey. Elmo's getting around, baby. Excite Bike 64, remake of the NES game. Extreme G. Just one of them. Don't worry too much. It's just one. Extreme G2. Oh, God, I'm immediately a liar. There's two of them. There's two Gs. F1 World Grand Prix. F1 World Grand Prix 2. Love it. almost to the. It's so interesting, almost to the day. How like a year later these will come out. You know what I mean? F-Zero X. F1 pole position 64. There's a lot of F1 games. F1 Racing Championship. Famista 64. FIFA 99. How many FIFAs are there going to be? Just 3. FIFA 64. Okay, how confusing. FIFA 99. FIFA 64. What year did this come out again? 64? That's crazy. FIFA Road to World Cup 98. But, well, okay. In North America, oh, maybe, okay. Well, I'm so confused. No, I'm not. These are the same. They were just pooping out FIFA games. I think I looked at the year wrong. I think I looked at this 98 and this 98, but this is November 1997. No, okay, this is a year, but this is the year ahead, and this is the year ahead. Okay. This actually confused me. I got confused. This is very straightforward in its confusion. We have Fighter Destiny. Moving on, we have Fighter Destiny 2, Fighters Destiny, Fighting Force 64, Flying Dragon, Forsaken, Fox Sports College Hoops 99, Gasp, Fighters Next Stream. I don't know what word that's attempting to make. Gauntlet Legends, an absolute classic. Play this game. Getter Love. Gex 3, Deep Cover Gecko. Why did they make so many Gex games? I don't really. Who was it for? Gex 64, Enter the Gecko. So again, a little over a year, they pumped out another Gex game. Then we have Glover. I feel like they tried. This game was American only, and now that makes a lot of sense because I remember seeing a lot of advertising for this game where you're a little glove on a ball and that's the whole game. Because everybody was trying to make the next Mario or whatever, and they're like, my little glove boy my little 4-finger glove can be the next Mario. And of course it couldn't. It didn't even get released in Japan. I can't imagine this game was fun or good at all. But I saw a lot of advertising about it, so it probably sold kind of okay. Goemon Mononoke Sugoroku. Goemon? Isn't that the little ninja man? Oh, there he is. Yeah, Goemon's Great Adventure. Is this a different game? But he's like a Japanese video game staple. There's a Super Nintendo game that I used to play a lot that he was the star of. It was his game. Golden Nugget 64, not to be confused with Golden Eye 007. Don't put your golden nugget in your eye hole, please and thank you. GT 64 Championship Edition, Hamster Monogatari 64, Harvest Moon 64. I never played this one, but I really like Harvest Moon a lot. Heiwa Pachinko World 64. We don't have Pachinko here in America, so of course we don't have this game. Hercules, The Legendary Journeys. I bet you anything that this was a version of the live action game and not the movie. Hexen. I think this was a very popular PC game, so they ported it to the 64. Probably badly. Hey you, Pikachu. This game came with a microphone, and you would talk to Pikachu, and with varying degrees of success. Hot Wheels Turbo Racing, Hybrid Heaven, Hydro Thunder. It's so weird, the games that don't have covers, because Hydro Thunder was a big deal, and like for the 64. It may have been a release game, or at least close to release. So why no cover? Come on. Ide Yosuke no Mahjong Juku, a Mahjong game. We don't care about Mahjong in America. Iggy's Wrecking Balls. I think this is another one where I feel like I saw lots of advertisement for this, but it's just, is this appealing? A ball that's a lizard? What is the gameplay? I have no idea. Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine for the 64. Forget about it. Indy Racing, not to be confused with Indiana Jones Racing. They're different types of racing. International Superstar Soccer 2000. It came out in 2000. That's so nice. At the very end of 2000. Maybe they could have named this 2001. This is the one exception to the rule. I hate it when they do that, but you know. International Track and Field 2000. ISS, International Superstar Soccer. But I guess the game is called ISS 64. ISS 98. Itoi Shigesato no Bass Suri number 1. Oh, this is okay. Hold on. What is this? I have to know more about whatever this is. Will it tell me? Okay, so Shigesato Itoi is, or Itoi Shigesato, depending on how you look at it, created Earthbound. Um, did he have a fishing game? They gave him a fishing game too. He's like, it's if you real quick, if you don't know about Earthbound, Shigesato Itoi made Earthbound, and Mother 1 and Earthbound, which is Mother 2, and then Mother 3. Um, Shigesato Itoi, it does not have any background in game design except for making those games, as far as I'm aware. Which is why those games are so weird, because it's like, oh, he just wants all this weird random stuff, and they made it happen, and that's why Earthbound is such a cult classic, because there's just so many random weird things in it. Um, Anyways, I don't know anything about this, but now I'm super curious. We got J League Dynamite Soccer, J League 11 Beat 1997. Oh boy, J League Tactics Soccer. What is J League? J League Live 64. Django Simulation Mahjong Do 64. Jeopardy. Jeremy McGrath Supercross 2000. Jet Force Gemini. I never played this, but this is supposed to be a classic. Chikio GI stable or GI stable. GKO Powerful Pro Yaku 2000. GKO Powerful Pro Yaku 4. GKO Powerful Pro Yaku 5. GKO Powerful Pro Yaku Basic Band 2001. Are they soccer games? GKO World Soccer 3. Jinsei Game 64. Ken Griffey, Junior's Slugfest. It's probably just a batting game. Killer Instinct Gold. People like Killer Instinct. Kira To Kaiketsu 64. Tantai Dan. Sure. Kirby 64, The Crystal Shards. This is the one where you could combine two powers. So you could eat like a sword and you can eat like a fire, and then you have like a fire sword or something. And it was up to you to use those to puzzle solve and platform. It was great. It was super fun. Knife Edge Nose Gunner. Knockout Kings 2000. Kobe Bryant in NBA Courtside. I think the sports games that like highlight a specific character, they can't not be aged. This is like such an aged situation. Last Legion UX. Lego Racers. Load Runner, so interesting. There are just so many old institutions, like old games, old weird computer games that weren't like that popular. Load Runner, I think, is like really, really early computer video gaming where like you played Load Runner because Load Runner was a game that existed, and that's kind of just it. But then they were like, what if we made Load Runner stuff? Because people really care about Load. It's what a brand name. And of course not. Nobody cares about Load Runner. Like, what are you talking about? If you care about Load Runner, I'm sorry. Tell me in the comments. Mace, The Dark Age. Madden Football 64. Madden NFL 2000. Madden NFL 2001. Madden NFL 2002. Madden NFL 99. Magical Tetris Challenge. Mahjong Hiroki Classic. A lot of Mahjong games. How many different things can you do with Mahjong? I don't know. Mahjong Master. Major League Baseball featuring Ken Griffey Jr. Mario Golf. I really like Mario Golf a lot. I don't like a lot of the newer sports games. I don't like. There's certainly they sell well enough and people like them well enough. But I've never been into like the sports party games that much. However, Mario Golf Original, I really have a soft place in my heart for it. Mario Kart 64, also classic, came out very early on. Yeah, maybe I think the 64 must have come out in 96. Maybe in America in 96. Um that's so interesting. Yeah, I don't know. That has to be true. Mario, no. Photopia. I'm trying to remember my memories and I'm confused, so I must be incorrect about some stuff. Mario Party, also a classic. Quick story: I bought Mario Party when it was new, and I had forgotten that I had lent my friend, my best friend growing up, my entire Nintendo 64 console because I wasn't like using it at that time. And I was like, "Yeah, you can borrow it. I don't have any games I'm playing right now. You can just borrow it." And then I bought Mario Party completely forgetting that my friend had my console. And then I go over to grab it, and their family is on vacation for like a week. So I've got this hot new video game that I cannot play yet. It was so tragic. I hated it. I could see it through the window. Mario Party 2 and Mario Party 3 really pumping these out. Mario Tennis, never played this one. Masters 98. Haruka Naru Augusta. Love it. Mega Man 64, which is, I think, a bad port of Mega Man Legends for the PS1. I'm pretty sure. Um, I'm not positive about that. Michael Owens WLS 2000. Mickey's Speedway USA. It's canon that Mickey is American, I guess. Micro Machine 64 Turbo. Midway's Greatest Arcade Hits Volume 1. Mike Piazza's Strike Zone. Milo's Astro Lanes, a bowling game, I think. Mischief Makers. I don't think this game was popular, but I remember like renting this game and having fun with it. Mission Impossible. Expect the impossible. Okay, I will. Monaco Grand Prix. Monopoly. Not even Monopoly 64, just Monopoly. Monster Truck Madness 64. Morita Shogi 64. Shogi is very popular. It's like Japanese chess, kinda, sorta. Mortal Kombat 4. Mortal Kombat Mythologies, Sub-Zero. Mortal Kombat Trilogy. But this is the trilogy. There's more games inside. That's crazy. MRC Multi Racing Championship. Ms. Pac-Man Maze Madness. Ooh, Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. Yeah, this was a popular game. Nagano Winter Olympics 98. Namco Museum 64. NASCAR 2. There's a lot of NASCAR games. Nope. Just 2, actually. Okay. We got NASCAR 2000 and NASCAR 99. Thank you for waiting. NBA Courtside 2 featuring Kobe Bryant again. NBA Hang Time. NBA In the Zone 98. NBA In the Zone 99. NBA In the Zone 2000. NBA Jam 99. Okay, I think so. These, I might be wrong about this. There's a lot of basketball games, but I think the NBA Jam games were like 2-on-2s or like 3-on-3s. They weren't like real basketball simulators like the rest of them kind of were. NBA Jam was like his own thing. So we have NBA Jam 99, NBA Jam 2000, NBA Live 2000, NBA Live 99, NBA Showtime, NBA on NBC. Sure. What? Oh, I was going to say, okay, there's, I guess, a Neon Genesis Evangelion Japanese only release. Why didn't we get that? Are you kidding? Oh my God. New Japan Pro Wrestling, Tokan Road Brave Spirits. New Japan Pro Wrestling, Tokan Road Brave Spirits to the next generation. What a mouthful. NBA Blitz. I think NBA Blitz was the NBA Jam for football. I think. NBA Blitz 2000, NBA Blitz 2001, NFL Blitz Special Edition, NFL QB Club 2001, NFL Quarterback Club 98, NFL Quarterback Club 99, NFL Quarterback Club 2000, NFL 99 just by itself. What are the differences? Who can ever be sure? Oh, wait. No, excuse, this is NHL. This is hockey now. Okay. NHL 99, NHL Blades of Steel 99. Making it sound so dramatic. NHL Breakaway 98, NHL Breakaway 99, Nightmare Creatures, Nintama Rantaro 64, Game Gallery, Nuclear Strike 64. Get out, you gotta stick your thumb out or whatever. Nushisuri 64, Nushisuri 64, Shiokaze ni Note, maybe. Off-Road Challenge. They had this in arcades. It had a steering wheel. Ogre Battle 64, Person of Lordly Caliber. I like the Ogre Battle games, but I don't think I ever knew that this existed, so I would have bought it if I had known, or would have tried to. Olympic Hockey Nagano 98. We are over halfway done, babies. Are you happy about that? This has been good. Onegai Monster. Pachinko 365 Nietzsche. You got to play it every day. The original Paper Mario, a classic. I was so salty about this because I was a big fan of Super Mario RPG for the Super Nintendo. And I was upset that Squaresoft didn't work on this and they were like trying to make Mario RPGs that were not helped by Squaresoft. So I thought this looked cheap and lame. So I refused to be excited about it. And that was a mistake because this is a classic and I've still never played it to this day. Paperboy 64, Parlor Pro 64, Pachinko Jiki Simulation, PD Ultraman Battle Collection 64, Penny Racers. I think this is when they were like little, they were tiny. Perfect Dark. I've never played this, but it is a big classic. People really like Perfect Dark. PGA European Tour, Pilot Wings. Yeah, so I think this was a launch title in America. So it must have come out early 97. Because I'm almost positive this was a launch title. Pocket Monsters Stadium. Because they don't do they call it Pokemon in I don't know if they always called it Pokemon in Japan. Maybe they did. I don't know. I think they would alternate between Pocket Monsters and Pokemon for a minute. Pokemon Puzzle League, beloved by so many people. This is just Tetris Attack, but with some added bells and whistles. Pokemon skins. Pokemon Snap, big classic. Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Stadium 2. Big. You could if you can believe, if you don't know, if you're too young to know this, these games came with a Game Boy adapter because the Nintendo 64 controller had like a port in the back of it, right? So you could put a memory card in there if you needed one, which you shouldn't have because most games you could save on the thing, but not all games, ridiculously enough. So you could take your Pokemon from like Pokemon Red and Blue and then Pokemon Gold and Silver, I believe, with the second game, and then you could load your Pokemon with your stats and fight with them in 3D instead of just like on your Game Boy. So this was a big deal if you had all those things, but if you didn't have all those things, then it was a lot to ask because these might have been a little more expensive, and then you needed the accessories and all that stuff. Polaris Snowcross, Power League 64. I have no clue what this game could be about. Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, Premier Manager 64. This sounds so boring. Pro Mahjong Kiwame 64. Pro Shinan Mahjong Suramano 64. Janzo Battle Nichosen. Okay. Puyo Puyo Sun 64. Puyo Puyo Party. And Friend. That does look like a party. Quake, also a PC game port. And Quake 2, same thing. Quest 64 is one of the worst games ever made. I think that people were really the 64, because it was 3D, right? It really sort of, the games people were making for it were mostly platformers and that kind of thing, like stuff that was like making use of the 3D. And so there are hardly any RPG games on the Nintendo 64. Like we're over halfway through this list, and I'm sure we read a couple, but like this is the only like RPG, and it's not even like a JRPG, but there's really not, like, they stopped making JRPGs for a minute because they were not what people were excited about. But Imagineer made Quest 64, which was supposed to be hailed as like the first RPG for the Nintendo 64. It came out a year into its life cycle. I don't know. This must have just been American made. That's why, because it came out in Japan later. I guess, I suppose. Um, so it was just some American company trying to make 64 games, and it was so bad. I can't really express to you how awful, how miserable this game is. How unfun it was to play. I was so excited and so disappointed. Um, but then I played Rakuga Kids. Just kidding. I've never played that. Um, it doesn't look like it came out in America even. We got Rally 99, Rally Challenge 2000, Rampage 2, Universal Tour, Rampage World Tour, Rat Attack, Rayman 2, The Great Escape. I feel like Rayman has sort of always been around, but I feel like in the last bunch of years he's gotten like actually popular. Razor Freestyle Scooter. This is a pro sport like an X Games sports style game, but with Razor scooters. We have Revolt, Ready to Rumble Boxing. This might have dealt with the Rumble pack that also could be inserted into the back. Like controllers come with Rumble now. It is a sort of a given, but that was extra. You had to pay extra to use the Rumble pack with compatible games. It was crazy. I think it was compatible with Star Fox, but I don't remember if Star Fox 64 had it included. I don't know. I'm not sure. Ready to Rumble Boxing, round 2. Resident Evil 2, probably a pretty bad port of that. Ridge Racer 64. Road Rash 64. You got to hit people with bats and chains in this game. Roadsters, Robot Podkatsu 64. Nanatsu no Ume no Caramel. Love it. Day Before Christmas. Robotech Crystal Dreams. I bet there are a lot of people that really care about this, but I am not one of them. Robotron 64. Rocket Robot on Wheels. This is a perfect 64 looking box because it's just like, here's just some character I've never heard of, done up and better than the game would look 3D, but it still isn't that good. Just doing some, I don't know whatever. You want to play as a robot? I don't know. Maybe it looks fun. I don't know. We got Rugrats in Paris, the movie. Rugrats Scavenger Hunt. Rush 2, Extreme Racing USA. Scars. Saikyo Habu Shogi. I guess a shogi game. San Francisco Rush 2049. Future Racing, even now. San Francisco Rush Extreme Racing. Scooby-Doo Classic Creep Capers. Love a good Scooby-Doo. SD Hiryu no Ken Densetsu. Shadow Man. This is another one I saw advertised all the time in magazines, but I have no idea what it is. Shadow Gate 64. Trials and the Four Towers. Shirien the Wanderer 2. SimCity 2000. Sin and Punishment. This is out on the Virtual Console, and it's kind of crazy if memory serves. I don't think it's the first time America's gotten it, but I think that's because it wasn't that cool. I don't know. Snowboard Kids. All right, page 6. Snowboard Kids 2. They were really popular, those kids. Oh, right. The Nintendo 64 also existed when South Park was new, so there were a lot of games that were American only and UK only, not Japanese, for the 64. We have just South Park. I don't think any of these were very good. South Park Rally, South Park Chef's Love Shack. Oh boy. The weird. It's like, it's nostalgia, but I hate it. I don't know if there's a word for that. Cringe? I don't know. I don't like saying cringe very much. Not actually. Space Invaders, Space Station, Silicon Valley. I feel like I played this. I feel like I rented this. Spider-Man. There he is. I think this was before the first Spider-Man movie came out. Maybe. We got Star Fox 64. Yeah, this came with the Rumble pack. That's right. So I think that this was maybe a little more expensive. I don't think I owned this game, so I don't think I had the Rumble pack. But I rented the game. I rented a lot of games because I didn't have like adult money when this was out. Star Soldier, Vanishing Earth. Star Wars Episode 1, Battle for Naboo. Star Wars Episode 1, Racer. Star Wars Rogue Squadron. I think people really like Rogue Squadron. I never played any of these. I was not a Star Wars kid. Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. Ooh, baby. StarCraft 64? I can't imagine how bad this port must be. This is a PC game for a point-and-click adventure. How would you play this with a controller? It was just extremely popular is all. Then we got Starshot, Space Circus Fever, Stunt Racer, Super B-Deman, Battle Phoenix 64, Super Bowling. Oh, baby. Super Mario 64. Yeah, so this 1,000,000% was a launch title, so that means that it must have come out. The 64 must have come out on September 26, 96. But that's okay. No, that's right. That's right. So it took it was right before Christmas season. This makes sense. I just thought it was 95, but it was 96, I guess. Okay. Super Robot Spirits, Super Robot Wars 64, Super Smash Brothers started an entire legacy. Ooh, this is also historically one of the worst games. Superman: The New Adventures. You're just ring flying, but the controls are so bad. That's basically the whole game. Susume, Tyson Puzzle Drama, Tokan, Marutama Cho. I'll Maratama your Cho if you're not careful. Tamagotchi 64, Minute de Tamagotchi World. I want a game about my pocket game. I want a game about my little keychain game. Taz Express, Tetris 64. What could they do to improve upon it? Not enough to get it across the pond, I guess. Tetris Sphere. Oh, I actually really remember Tetris Sphere. Is there pictures of it? No, there's no information about Tetris Sphere. This was like, I think you got like kind of Tetris pieces, but it was a Tetris Sphere. It was a big ball, and you were trying to clear lines on the big ball. I feel like it was fun, but kind of probably weird, too weird. We got Legend of Zelda in alphabetical order, Majora's Mask, and Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Love them or hate them. You gotta. They're excellent. I really loved Ocarina of Time. I never got to play Majora's Mask. I've been told as an adult that you didn't actually need the memory card thing, but like we didn't have, I don't know, it was very few and far between that I was purchasing video games. Right, like we mostly just rented things because video games were expensive. So I'd saved up for this, but I didn't feel like I could save up for this and this like expansion add-on thing you had to put into your Nintendo 64. There was like a slot for it. And I was under the understanding that you needed that to play the game, but apparently you didn't actually need it. It's on the box, so I don't really get it. But apparently people said you didn't need that, and I really would have bought this game otherwise. So I don't have the nostalgia for this game, and I don't have the patience to play it now because it's very complicated. So that's my first world problem. Then we have the new Tetris. There's a lot of Tetris games. Tetris 64 was not the new Tetris. This is the new Tetris right here, right now, baby. The Powerpuff Girls Chemical Extraction. That's crazy. The World Is Not Enough, 007. From Winnie the Pooh, we have Tigger's Honey Hunt. Tom and Jerry in Fists of Fury. No, Fists of Furry. That does say furry. Yep, it certainly does. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. This is very, very popular. I don't know if the 64 version is popular, but Tonic Trouble is another one of these games that, like, I think it's just kind of its own little thing. And I feel like I remember seeing advertisement for this, or I'd see it in stores and be like, that could be interesting, and then I never played it. I mean, like, some companies did this successfully, like Banjo-Kazooie, that worked. Those were original characters, but, like, it's like a bear and a bird, and it's not, it's like Tonic Trouble, it's like, okay, what is he? Is he a tonic? Is he a beaker? Is that cute? Do I like that? No, like, it's weird. Of course, this didn't do well, probably. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, Top Gear Hyperbike, Top Gear Overdrive, Top Gear Rally, Top Gear Rally 2, Toy Story 2, Buzz Lightyear to the rescue. Everybody else failed you, and now Buzz Lightyear to the rescue is the only one left. We're near the end, folks. Transformers, Beast Wars, Transmetals, Triple Play 2000, Turok 2, Seeds of Evil. People really like Turok. Turok Dinosaur Hunter, I'm skipping ahead. But this launched 1,000 dinosaur ships. People really like Turok. I think maybe because it was just one of the few games. There's not that many Nintendo 64 games. Like, I chose this list today because it's not that long. It's about half the amount of games that the GameCube has, and the GameCube also doesn't have that many games. I think by comparison, the original NES has over 2,000 games. It's kind of crazy, but we have Turok Dinosaur Hunter, Turok 2 Seeds of Evil, and Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion. And also Turok Rage Wars, where you went back in the past. It was kind of just like, ooh, it's an FPS, but I get to shoot dinosaurs. That's crazy. What an added twist on a thing I already like. Twisted Edge Extreme Snowboarding. Oh my gosh. Uchichanan-chan no Hono no Challenger Denryu Ire Iba Bo. What is this game? By Hudson. V-Rally Edition 99. Vigilante 8. I think this is popular. Vigilante 8. Second Offense. Virtual Chess 64. Virtual Pool 64. Virtual Pro Wrestling 2. Odo Kaisho. YLA Country Club. Oh, is that? Okay. That's okay. Sorry. I think that's a Hawaiian word and not a Japanese word. So, YLA Country Club True Golf Classics. Okay, I got confused on how I should read that. War Gods. Wave Race. This was a pretty early on in the life cycle game. November 1st, it looks like. This was a jet ski racing game. So 90s. The most 90s thing ever. Wayne Gretzky's 3D Hockey. Wayne Gretzky's 3D Hockey, 98. WCW Backstage Assault. Back in the day, there was multiple wrestling federations. Now there's just the WWE, but it used to be WCW. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm confused. I thought this was its own. I thought it was World Championship Wrestling. I thought that's what this stood for. NWO, I thought, was a group inside WWE. So maybe this is I don't know. Leave me in the comments. Tell me in the comments if this is both wrestling companies. But we got WCW Backstage Assault, WCW Mayhem, WCW Nitro, WCW versus NWO World Tour, WCW/NWO Revenge. Because there's no WWE or WWF. I think they were still WWF back then, but that they couldn't be that. So maybe they kind of knew that already with the video games. I don't know. I'm not sure. Then we have Wetrix, Wheel of Fortune, Winback, Covert Operations. I think this was popular, but I never played it. Wipeout 64, Wonder Project J2, Koloro no Mori no Josette. I feel like I remember this. This never came out. I don't know. I keep clicking on these like I'm hoping for something, but like, yeah. Okay, so if you can imagine me as a youth, and I like in '96, it was difficult to get anime. And so you see like, oh, there's like an anime girl and this is all anime. Like, oh my God, I love it. I know I could be talking completely out of my butt. And this is by Enix before they got combined with Squaresoft. So this is just an Enix or an Enix game. I want to say that this was a game where you could you could use the thing from Hey You Pikachu. Well, that can't be right, because this came out in '96 in Japan. So I guess I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I thought there was a game where it was an anime girl and you could just talk to her for the 64, but like that didn't ever come out in America. I remember like reading about it in magazines, but maybe that didn't happen. Maybe I'm conflating lots of things, but I definitely remember seeing pictures for this and hoping it would come out to America, and then it never did. We got World Cup 98, World Driver Championship, Worms, Armageddon. Oh, here we go. WWF Attitude, WWF No Mercy. There's The Rock right there. WWF Warzone. And then WrestleMania 2000, Xena Warrior Princess, The Talisman of Fate, Yakuchu 2, Satsujin Koro, Yoshi's. We're almost at the end. Yoshi's Story, which was really bad, very not good, despite it being a mainline Mario game, kind of. And Zur Maju Sukai Densetsu. My name's Comfy Catboy. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please let me know in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe if you're not. Tell me what your favorite Nintendo 64 game is. If you didn't have one before this video, which one did you like the most? I combined also and additionally. Let me know if there's lists, games, shows, anything like that that you want me to tackle in a future video, and I will absolutely take a look. I've got a lot of fun stuff planned. The videos on the channel have been doing better than I expected, so I am willing to kind of put more effort into these. It started off as sort of a goof, but I couldn't not put my all of it into it. So I love you. Don't forget to wrestle your mania today.